Hello and welcome back to Red Rocket Baseball. We just looked at some pitchers with the trade deadline approaching. Why not look at the hitters now? I just want to jump right into it. I'm very excited with the trade deadline this close. Here's some top names that are being somewhat rumored that I don't really think will be removed. Adley Rutschman, C.J. Abrams, Willie Adames, Byron Buxton, Matt Chapman, Wilson Contreras, Rafael Devers, Jeremy Pena. They're all gonna stay. I think Shea Langoliers and Hunter Goodman stay, but with how good they are and how many teams need catchers, I could see teams overpaying a little bit and teams moving on from them, especially Hunter Goodman. I think Shea almost definitely stays. But personally, as a Yankees fan, I'm not predicting it. It's just what I want. Maybe it won't be enough, but we get Hunter Goodman and Santangelo for LaGrange. Ben Hess, Elmer Rodriguez, Jason Dominguez, or Spencer Jones, whichever one they want. Maybe a Dax Kilby included in that. I wouldn't argue it too much. I originally had Zach Neto staying with the Angels due to Angels' incompetency, but apparently the Angels are possibly going to move on from him, and Boston is a team that apparently is heavily rumored, and a Zach Neto trade that maybe a Kyron Witherspoon, Marcelo Meyer, and one other. I think that's a realistic trade. I think that's something Boston's desperate enough to do. I think it'll be a mistake on their part, but because I don't think Zach Neto pushes them over the hump, and I still don't fully see them as a playoff team. But that's for a future video. We just looked at a possible Hunter Goodman and Zach Neto. But yeah, a lot of those guys I don't see getting traded due to asking price, no trade clause, or teams just not willing to give them up for one reason or another. Start off easy. Luis Arraez is getting traded. Tampa, the Dodgers could use a second baseman. He's obviously a great on-base guy and surprisingly good defense this year. He's gone to Tampa, probably. Maybe a Rangers could use him, but I'll predict Tampa, as I think everyone is. Willie Castro, and he's somebody that he can go anywhere. He can play almost any position. He's hitting fine. Some of these French playoff teams could use him. Give me Houston. That's a bat I think they could use. And let's give Atlanta somebody. I don't think I gave Atlanta anybody in my pitcher video. JJ Bleday. I think just about any team could welcome his presence, his bat. It's kind of a breakout season for him, and Atlanta is pretty good at maintaining guys who are breaking out or progressing guys who need to break out or just starting to. I think Atlanta is a very good fit. Mickey Moniak, I think he needs to get moved. Although, if he just wants to stick around in Colorado for the foreseeable future, I like watching it. I'd like seeing him in Coors for the next few years, but smart thing to do is to trade him, but let's not pretend the Rockies are the smartest team in the league. He started breaking out towards the end of last year. He has definitely broken out this year. Typically, just like JJ Bleday, these breakouts you have every reason to be cautious with them. But I don't think Mickey Moniak has, away from Coors Field stats, I don't. I'm not worried about him. He's been fantastic, and although the Phillies need a right-handed bat, I think him going back to Philadelphia, I think it makes some sense. They keep saying righty. I think just a bat that can really go. That's all. Next up, Ryan Jeffers. I'll keep it simple. Yankees are going to try for Hunter Goodman. They're going to ask for a little more than the Yankees are willing to give, and they'll settle for Ryan Jeffers, a very solid righty catcher. He's probably going to start platooning with Wells, and what do you know, Wells is somewhat heating up all of a sudden. So mostly he'll play most days, but a typical platoon catcher, play against lefties and probably smack. Nathaniel Lowe, I don't see the market being huge for him. I don't think he's a needle mover. He's been pretty good, nothing too special. Another French team acquisition, something along the lines of San Diego. They could use him, and he'd probably be closer to a platoon than an everyday guy, but just someone to watch out for. I think he can help. A good chance this guy stays. Isaac Paredes. I think he's going to stay. If he goes, I don't think the asking price will be as large as what we think it is right now. I think the Tigers might make a push if they decide to try and buy a little bit. I think with the Cubs offering up Matt Shaw, Isaac Paredes would be a good fit there. Officially, I will predict Detroit just because. No great reason. I just think that's a good fit. Next up, I have Jorge Soler. He has to go. And the problem is, he won't give you much back. I mean, they have to sell something. The Angels being the Angels, there's a good chance they don't sell anything, which is why fans can't stand the things that they do. But I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I already brought them up. Tampa needs power. I'll say Tampa. They get Arias and Soler and call it a deadline. Next up, I already brought up Matt Shaw. He's got to get traded, right? And it's kind of hard to say where. And this kind of ties in with my pitchers video because I had the Cubs getting Freddie Peralta. Matt Shaw goes back to the Mets in that trade. I don't think that there's going to be a Matt Shaw trade no matter where he goes. I think he's just going to be an additive piece wherever they get a starter from. I'm predicting Freddie Peralta. I think if hypothetically they got Joe Ryan, he'd go back to the Twins. I think if they got Foster Griffin, he'd go back to the Nationals. He is not going to be the guy that gets traded. He's the guy that a team is getting back. I don't know if that fully makes sense to you guys, but next up, Taylor Ward. He's kind of lost his power, and he's gained some hitting skills. He's another outfielder that I don't know how much Baltimore can really get for. I could argue Atlanta. I could argue the Phillies. And trust me, the Phillies make a lot of sense with their need of variety. But for some reason, my mind is saying that they get Moniak, and why not? And they stop there. And out a team that needs another outfielder, maybe another righty outfielder. Yankees, I highly doubt an interdivision trade goes on here, but give me Taylor Ward to Arizona. Not 100% sure what they'd be getting back, but I think Arizona is a good fit. And again, righty bat has a history of some power, but he's got some hit skills right now. And then some more guys that will kind of fly through and not necessarily give them specific teams. Athletics have a slew of outfielders that are major league ready and controllable, young. I think that a few of them have a chance of getting traded. I'm going to go ahead and say if any of them get traded, it's Carlos Cortez. Pretty good bat, pretty good fielding. Nothing insane, but multiple teams would be happy to get him. Jake McCarthy, Rockies have to trade him. Another spot where I don't know where he fits necessarily. Maybe a Guardians, maybe a Cardinals team. Both would kind of be fun. Casey Schmidt. I think Casey Schmidt would fit on the Phillies, and I think if I was to predict where Casey Schmidt would go, it's to Seattle. I think that's a really good fit. They can send some of the young guys that are struggling back down. And then I know there's some rumors about Seiya Suzuki. If I'm the Cubs, I wouldn't trade away Suzuki unless you're getting kind of a no-brainer deal. But a lot of the teams we've already mentioned about, especially about outfield and righty bats, Phillies, the Guardians could really use a righty with some pop. I mean, Mariners, sure they would like to have them. Tampa, Atlanta, I mean, Seiya Suzuki could find a place just about anywhere. Mariners, I think Randy Arozarena could be on the block. I don't know exactly where he fits in, but I know there's a lot of rumors basically calling him a locker room cancer and kind of bringing the vibe down of the team that's already not having a lot of vibes. I could definitely see him getting moved. We can bring up Francisco Lindor. I don't see him getting moved. And honestly, I know we just talked about Randy Arozarena bringing vibes down and all this, but which seems a lot like what Francisco Lindor might also be doing. But I don't think they need to move on from him. With all the problems on the Mets, I don't think trading him fixes anything. I don't think that he's a problem in any way. I know there's been Trevor Story rumors here and there. I think that, like I brought up with Zach Neto, he might just be a thrown in that trade of, hey, also take this guy's money. Some Gleyber Torres rumors. Another guy I don't think is going to get traded, especially with not even being healthy lately. I know Christian Walker has had some rumors, but he's up there in age. I don't really see Houston moving on. I think that they see him as a piece that can help them next year. He's got not a lot of control, but he's got another season of control. So if a team does buy, they could definitely benefit from his bat. I know Boston does need to trade one of these outfielders. I think the best one to trade is Jarren Duran. He's been really poor this season, but with the streak that Yoshida has been on, I think you can really get something for him. He's got an extra year of control. Yoshida should get moved. He won't. I doubt Duran won't, because he'd have to be somebody that they keep paying for, or that you have to give him away. You're not going to get much for Duran, which sucks, because I thought he was going to be really good. I hope he still does find a way. Eugenio Suarez, he has to get moved, right? 34 years old. He's got an extra year of control on a Reds team that simply isn't going to win. I'm going to predict he doesn't get moved, but I think he should. I've heard a little bit of Brian Reynolds. He's not going anywhere. He's sticking with the Pirates. He's been good. He's got another, 5 years on his contract? He's fine. I don't know why anybody's even bringing him up in trade conversations. Same thing with Brandon Lau. He is a free agent after this year, or he could be. Why would the Pirates trade him? They're in the playoff race. They're going to make a go at it. I think Phillies do trade Alec Bohm, or at least try to. He's been struggling, but seems to be heating up as of late. And I know there's plenty of teams that could use a third baseman, but I think that if they go bigger on either their relief pitching or getting that outfield bat, if they decide to go with a big name, I think Bohm's going to be thrown in there. I mean, he still has... He's only 29. I know he's a free agent at the end of the year, or could be, but he'd be a good piece for just about anyone that gets him if he sticks around. Let's see if there's anyone else. I'm not really seeing many more names. One guy that has to go, in my opinion, because the Twins aren't winning anything, is Josh Bell. He has been swinging the bat. I thought he was going to be washed. I thought it was a bad pickup. I was wrong. I look stupid. Josh Bell has been a dog, just like he always has been before. I mean, who would say no to a switch hitting first baseman that hits like he's been hitting? Tyler Stevenson, I think he gets moved. I know the Yankees have been rumored, but I have Ryan Jeffers going there. Tyler Stevenson, I think like 3 years ago, for some reason, I thought he was the next big thing. I thought he was going to be this next top 10 level catcher. I was a little bit wrong, and I think some bias might be. I went to the Reds game they played the Angels, I think 2 years ago, and I think he hit a grand slam. He had in game 2, he hit a bomb off I believe it was Soriano. I might be wrong on that, but I was just like, wow, this guy's so good. Seeing it in person, it just gives you a different experience. He's been fine. Not too special, if I'm being honest. Lars Nootbaar has to go. This isn't my idea. I saw somebody say the Dodgers, and my initial thought was, why? Why is because he's a good player, and they can. I'll just stick with it. I think Joe Adell should get moved. He is not going to get moved. I've been giving the Angels a little bit of credit lately about, they're going to move Detmers. They are going to move Neto. These are great things. He's not moving. And honestly, he's only 27. He's got 2 years plus one. It's a little bit weird how baseball works, but he's got control. And maybe in 2 years, 3 years, when his contract is actually going to be up, maybe they're a good team by then. Or maybe he resigns. I'd hold on to him for another year, especially since the power numbers are down and they won't be able to get as much as they should. And Trevor Larnach, I think he can get moved. They can get some. He's hot right now. He's good. And all the teams, I'm going to predict he does get moved. Atlanta, welcome Trevor Larnach to your team. I know toward the end, I'm kind of all over the place. My notes were very short and had the video ending at like 9 minutes. And part of that is, again, my notes. Part of that is me speeding through the video and talking too fast. And not going into great detail, which I apologize for. I just want to get a video out because I haven't in a while, and I don't really have that much time to make it right now. Poor quality on my part, and I apologize, but I think I'll do one more name just because I like the idea of him getting moved. Spencer Steer. As a Yankees fan, I keep seeing online Yankees fans want him. I don't think a righty outfielder is like a need, like a lot of people are saying, and what apparently the organization is saying we need. If the Yankees traded for him, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, he's a fairly good player. He'll get the job done, and it does bring a righty into a lefty heavy order, but it also gets less lefty heavy when the likes of Aaron Judge comes back, Giancarlo Stanton comes back. I mean, those alone are two outfield. I know Stanton's DH, but right-handed bats that are big impact, bigger than Spencer Steer would be, and you seem to already have, unless you want to put him in right field if Dominguez gets traded or and Spencer Jones. But then where would Judge play when Stanton and him are both in the lineup? Because they're going to be. But Spencer Steer, he should get traded, and he's got a whole lot of control. If they held on to him and said, hey, we're going to be a playoff team within the next 2-3 years, I'd understand. Again, sorry I was all over the place. Just want to get something out for you guys because I simply haven't lately. Let me know if you agree, disagree, how stupid are my ideas and trade. I think the dumbest thing I said was Moniak back to the Phillies. But there's just some part of my brain that says they're going to miss out on some big names. They're going to settle with Mickey Moniak, and it's going to work out because he's a good player. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a like. Tell me how stupid I am in the comments.